Your normal would be to zone that.
Udeze to the free throw line. He'll shoot a pair. Udeze on the season comes in, I believe, averaging 18.5 a game. 17.5 a game. And he has hit on 69% of his free throws. He gets 1 out of the 2. So, Rocket.
1-3-1 zone defense to be being applied and really extending that out to three-point land. Don't want to give that Cardinals that uncontested three-point shot, apparently.
Lakers. Cardinals, surprisingly, Mike, shooting under 30% in conference play from three-point land. As active and accurate as they have been.
I think that stat could be a little bit misleading as we got one on the way.
Rocket ran away, will knock it out. Udeze with the rebound, and it's fouled by Sakis.
One thing that will throw that, why you say surprisingly, Dave, is I think a lot of the three-point shots have come with the second unit when games have been put away.
That's very true,
and they obviously aren't going to shoot as the equivalency that the starters will, and therefore your stat as a team is going to take a drop.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. So on the common foul once again, Cards now with 3 team fouls already in the basketball game. The basketball is knocked away and out of bounds away from Joe Mignon. And yes, Joe Mignon, the brother of Jamie Mignon, who's... Yeah, I wonder what he thinks about being a Michigan Wolverine.
Yes. He was a big boy, huh?
Should have been a Wisconsin Badger. Ball back free here by the Rocket. Erickson got it back once again. Now going to shoot the tray and hit it. Matt Erickson and Rocky Brown with the task of guarding him tonight, and Erickson has tied the ball game at 4.
And Erickson, you can see on that shot with a very quick release.
Eric Graham brings it back out, swing between the 2 rings now. Rocky almost troubled the ball. Leaves it off. Shane Laughlin with a train away here, back of the rim. Open half. Sakis with the rebound. Double pumping. Got Adam Sakis comes from out of no man's land.
Well, Sakis, the second half of the season, has really been effective off the glass.
And Erickson lost the basketball on the near sidelines and out of bounds. So it will go back to the Fond du Lac Cardinals.
And it appears in this game thus far, the Cardinals offensively are going to be more patient than they normally are. And that's really going to be a variation of the fact that they're not pressing also. It's going to create a little bit more of a slow-down game for them.
You know what's really scary? Ikena and Obina and Sakis here with a try. Both only juniors. 9-4 basketball game. Out of bounds. Back here to the Appleton West Terrace. Adam Sakis with a pair of big buckets the last 2 times down court. And Fond du Lac 1 for 2, 1 for 3.
1 for 3, great.
Erickson, Coffin corner to the near side. Rocky Brown comes up to pick up on him. They'll swing it back out. Here's Mignon now. There's 17 for it. It's good. Mignon.
And they're extending a little bit, showing a trapping full court 1-2-2 press.
Down low post, slam a jam, a baby skyhook. No, had the rebound. I'm going to call him over the back. And Joe Harmson has picked up a pair of fouls.
Yeah, that's big right now. You really need Harmson to have a good game against this team. And he's going to come out very quickly. And here comes...
sophomore Greg Fivey.
Well, this is probably the first true test for Fivey where he stepped into a game and is going to really have to contribute some very important minutes.
Absolutely. He's got to have some butterflies right now. 9-6 ball game. Udeze reloads the basketball. Bring it back out to Lambert. And the ball bank free here by Adam Sakis. 2-on-1. Sakis, 21-headers. Got Adam.
Vincent Sakis. Again, we've heard it so many times. When you get Adam into the open court, he's as fine as there's anybody in the state of Wisconsin.
11-6, 5-5, the Fond du Lac Cardinals. Erickson, they isolate with him. Bring it up high post. Coming down the paint here is Mignon. He's going to lay it in. Wow. Who was on him, Mike? I believe that might have been Fivey, and Mignon just took him to school.
Well, then they also got no weak side help, and you've got to have some good team defensive concepts.
Sakis for 3, bang out! Adam Sakis, his 10th point of the first quarter. We have 3:59 remaining in the first quarter of action.
Yes, Sakis red hot. 10 out of the Cardinal 14 thus far with a pair of three-pointers.
Left side sidewalk. Mignon leaves it down for Ikena Martin. The ball slap free, travel the ball. And it's going to go back here to the Fond du Lac Cardinals.
And we've got the third turnover for the Terrorists in this game. The Cardinals have done a great job of taking care of the basketball. They have yet to commit a turnover.
And West with about 2/3 court. Lambert is just the other side, and now they pull it back.
Yeah, they're just going to, I think you're going to see the Terrorists with a lot of defensive looks, trying to confuse the Cardinals.
Off and corner near side.
Oh, good job.
And Erickson's going to pick up the foul. Good job by Zekas. Yeah.
That was a good read. Zekas never thought he had a prayer of making a shot there, but he felt the pressure coming to him. He knew the defense was vulnerable, went up, drew the pressure, and he's going to go to the free throw line.
That's something really that the Cardinals need to do. They need to get some... that's the first team foul there, Mike, on the West Terror. And Adam Zekas is going to go to the free throw line. He'll get a pair here.
And that was very instinctive again. It's something I don't think you can really tell a player to draw contact, such as Adam did right there, to initiate the contact. That's just great basketball instinct.
Honeycomb, the first one out. He will get one more. Now Brad Best in the basketball game. As Shayna Laughlin has taken a seat on the fines. Second one by Zekas. Honeycomb that one out. Tap once, tap twice. Spivey had a piece, but then lost it. Here come the West Terrors. 14-8 basketball game. Erickson. Circle high to the left side. They pull it back out between the two rings. Give it to Lambert. Lambert. He is played there by Zekas. Out to the right side. Keena Martin knocked out of his hands, out of bounds. The officials now.
Neither of them.
Brad Bester, I think, talked him into it.
Oh, yep, he certainly did.
I think Brad Bester just talked him into it. I think the official on the baseline was going to give that basketball to Appleton West, but that immediate move by Bester got him thinking.
Yeah, he had no clue. Looked the other official, and likewise didn't know. Probably the good thing never been a jump ball, honestly.
Zekas leaves for Grams, fouled by Lambert from behind. Zekas coming around to pick from near side into the middle and dished the ball off. He probably had a clean go to the hoop, but he did have Udezi right there. I think was a little leery about going up face-to-face with Udezi. Now Udezi is going to come out and into the basketball game. Chad Browningham as well as Dave Brinkman. They have both come in.
And those are probably the only two you're going to see off the bench, according to what head coach Gene Waddell told us.
Yeah, and Lambert and come out. And Golden Grams goes to the free throw line and he knocks down the first one.
Cardinals have opened up a 15-8 lead here, and largely due to the play of Zekas thus far.
Golden second, good. Golden Grams off to a fine start. He's got 4 points thus far in the basketball game, and it's 16-8. Fond du Lac with a score doubled up here. As they get it in here to Mignon, and Mignon with the running one-hander put it down.
Good execution on the give and go. Mignon just slides to the basket after setting the pick, and they were able to split the defense with the pass.
Zekas, they'll leave it out here for Brad Bester. He is played by Martin. Try to rub him off on a pick now. Pulls up with an 18-footer. No. Tapped by Golden once. Got his rebound again. Double pump. Got by Golden.
Graham's working hard off that offensive glass, and of course, he's going to be instrumental with Harmson on the bench with those 2 fouls.
Quickly back up court. As Browningham, they leave it off on to Brinkman. Outside, Browningham ran away there. We're not going to out. Mignon goes up and takes it away. Back outside again. Browningham, and he'll knock it down. Is that a 3? Two. Thought he had a... So it's an 18-12 basketball game. Bester. Played by Keena Martin. Bester back out to Golden Grams. Swinging to Zekas to the left side. He pulls up and falls away. 15 no for the rebound. Comes out Keena Martin, and now they'll pull up.
Cardinals, good job on transition defense. Back waiting for the Terrors to get there.
1:32 remaining here, first quarter of action. Trail away from Erickson. In out. Hoop one to have it. And the rebound to Adam Zekas. Outlet pass comes to Rocky Brown. Rocket. Yo-yo the dribble out between the 2 rings. Round to the near side now to Adam Zekas. Popping up full high once again is Bester to Zekas. Looking down low post. Oh, what a lead feed from Zekas to Golden Grams. And the Golden
And Golden does a good job of bringing that ball back, kind of shows the defense, and kind of yo-yos it back and right in stride to the basket.
On to the right side, Dave Brinkman, and are they going to look for one here? With 54 seconds remaining, down low post, Brinkman, turnaround jumper, back of the rim, hoop one nap. Cardinals with a big run right here. Outlet pass comes to Rocky Brown. Back into the forecourt, leaves it for Bester, dump it down low to Fivey. Comes in on Brinkman, offensive foul on Greg Fivey. I didn't really think he did that much.
I didn't see it either.
He dipped the shoulder and gave Brinkman a little bit of a pop there, but really wasn't that much, but he will be called for the offensive foul.
And he will also take a seat on the pines as Jeff Simon is going to check in here for the final 42 seconds in the quarter.
And now the Cardinals with a small lineup in the basketball game. With Golden Grabs at 6'4", the tallest Cardinal out there. Udezi is back in.
And Bester would be actually playing the power forward spot.
And the ball back Gray by Grabs. And Mike, he loves playing this West team, doesn't he? Give it to Bester, taking the baseline, running with it, back out!
Bester acknowledges the fact that they got no weak side defense. Once he beats his man, nobody steps in to pick him up, and he takes it all the way to the glass.
And the Cardinals lead it by 10 with 17 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
And now they're going to look for one shot with 12.
And Erickson comes down to Bronigan. He hit a tray or tried it. Was close to a tray here a little earlier. Bronigan back to Erickson. He is played there by Rocky Brown. Takes it down the baseline. Can't hit it. Rebound to Grabs. And that is going to be the end of the first quarter of action. And our score here after 1 quarter of play from the Gooder Tide Gymnasium. It's the Fond du Lac Cardinals 22 and the Terrors of Appleton West 12. We'll be back after this on your Fond du Lac Cardinal basketball report.
Laboratory of Wisconsin Incorporated. Consultants Laboratory is Fond du Lac's full-service medical reference laboratory. Consultants Laboratory providing trustworthy service from 3 convenient Fond du Lac locations. Nothing adds beauty and value like tile from Fond du Lac Mosaic Tile. For your home or for your business, get the look and feel you want from Fond du Lac Mosaic Tile. Quality is just a phone call away. Call for your free estimate today. Fond du Lac Mosaic Tile, North Hickory Street, Fond du Lac.
Well, in the first quarter of action, the Cardinals play an outstanding quarter as they go 9 for 14 for 64% from the floor, including 2 for 4 from three-point range. The Terrors 5 for 10 for 50%. They were 1 for 3 long range. Cardinals edge on the boards 7-4. Cardinals only commit 1 turnover in that first quarter, whereas the Terrors with 5.
22-12 is our score as we get ready to start the second quarter of action. And the West Terrors inbounding the basketball and bringing it up into the forecourt. Matt Lambert leaves it out here for Matt Erickson. Erickson is going to take Rocky down the lane, running one-hander, in out! And Golden Grabs goes up to get it. Outlet pass, Simon down to Bester, 18-footer, will not go down. And tap, out of bounds, back to West. I think Jeff Simon got a piece of that. My son's favorite player, did you know that?
Jeff Simon?
Wound up sitting there with Mr. and Mrs. Simon at the last game he was at here. And Mrs. Simon asked him who his favorite player was, and not knowing, you know, Matthew said, oh, number 3. First thing got a big kick out of that. Udezi with the miss, and back up court come the Cardinals. Sundance, right down the lane, running with a hand.
Well, that'll get you some votes for being your favorite player. That was a heck of an effort by Jeff Simon.
And the Cards have doubled the score. It's 24-12. Lambert is played here by Adam Sakis and Trey Ladd. Now he gets around Sakis, running with a header, in, out. Wow, they have really missed a ton of no-footers here.
And right there,
a retaliation foul.
Again, it was Graham's, and boy, Eric again coming up big, and you know, he's so nonchalant, and I believe we're going to get a timeout right here. Yes, indeed.
And G1L wants to talk things over. We have 7 minutes remaining to be played here in the first half of action, and we have a timeout on the court. The score, Fond du Lac 24, Appleton West 12.
Best of luck to all our local athletes. Call Kemper Securities for expert service for your next investment. Kemper Securities, members of the New York Stock Exchange, located at 66 South Main Street in Fond du Lac. This game is brought to you courtesy of Forest Mall Merchants. where you can catch the best values in town without interference at over 55 specialty and department stores. Forest Mall, one place, something for everybody. Open Monday through Friday, 10 to 9, Saturday, 10 to 6, and Sunday, 11 to 5.
You know, this Cardinal team has got so many weapons, and the flashy guys, you talk about it, Adam Zakis, and the things that he can do with the basketball. But your blue-collar working guy just gets the job done, shows no emotion, both sides of the court. You're talking Eric Grahams. That guy coming up very big again tonight with the little things for this basketball team.
Well, he keeps a lot of emotion inside, but I'll tell you something. I think he's showing as much emotion as you're going to see from Eric Grahams tonight. He puts it up there on the scoreboard, folks. And in the rebound column, there's Jeff Simon between the two rings. Give it a Rocket. Rocky lopes out of the basketball, around to the near side now, popping up high post. His Golden grabs. Rocket going to take the tray. Yeah!
Well, Rocky doesn't spot up for that very often. Very seldom looks to the basket. Probably should more than he does. But he can bury that three as well as anybody.
And, Mike, the Cardinals have rattled off 13 in a row.
Yeah,
it was a 14-12 basketball game that rattled off 13 in a row. Outside, trail away here, and West starting to panic. And the rebound away to Adam Zakis. Zakis quickly up court, off the glass. He missed it, got his own rebound. Back hard and good. And Gene Waddell's got to be feeling he needs another timeout already.
Yeah, he can see it slipping away here early in the second quarter.
29 to 12, and coming off into the lane, they finally break the string.
Their first
bucket by Mignon is good. Joe Mignon, underneath, Zakis going to get it right back.
Cardinals offensively beat down the Terrors, never got set into their defense, and some good transition basketball, got an easy bucket.
Now, it looks to me, Mike, like West wants to change the tempo of the ball game. They're walking it across the timeline. Here's Martin, baby skyhook in the lane. No, grabs, Sky to get it. Outlet pass to the Rocket. Here they come on a run. Rocky, look away pass, Zakis, pops it back out. Golden right down the lane. Bang!
But when you got it flowing, it's pretty, and the Cardinals are feeling it tonight. Getting a good team effort. There's another great pass.
33 to 14, and Gene Waddell wants another timeout. 5 minutes and 7 seconds remaining here in the first half of action. Timeout on the court. Fond du Lac 33, West 14.
Spees Painting and Decorating has been providing quality painting services for all your industrial, commercial, and residential needs. If your job is big or small, get it done efficiently and get it done right the first time. Spees Painting and Decorating, equipped to do the job efficiently.
How would you like a free movie rental? Come to VideoBiz, buy any size pizza and receive one free movie rental. And don't forget VideoBiz has VCR rentals, VCR cleaning and repairs, game rentals, CDs, cassettes, and more. VideoBiz and VideoBiz Pizza, Pioneer Plaza, Fond du Lac.
I'm gonna take back what I said. I believe at one point, Mike, the score was 14 to 10. That is the closest that West had closed. And that was on a shot by Joe Mignon way back in the first quarter. Since that time, the Cardinals have outscored them 19 to 4.
And have really dominated that time also. Cardinals are really into a flow tonight. They've got it cooking at both ends.
Bad pass, bang free. Here is Pester, and it's knocked out of bounds by Ikeda Martin.
Martin with some good effort coming back after the ball is out of his hands. Hustles back, able to save a cheap basket for the Cardinals.
And Golden grabs. You know, and Fond du Lac has done it, Mike, with Joe Harmson. Slam-a-Jam has been on the pines during that run.
Sure.
Golden grabs just stepping it up one big notch.
Well, again, you talk about the depth of this Fond du Lac club, and it's enormous.
Looping feed, grabs, bingo!
Cardinals,
unstoppable right now.
Cardinals have hit their last 4 field goal attempts, just burning up the nets tonight.
35 to 14 by 21, flashing into the post. Now they've slided off back door. Loose basketball in the lane. Udesi, there's a 3 finally.
Travel.
No, travel. Same thing.
You really sense the Terrors are panicking this game. They know they're in some deep trouble right now.
Well, I sensed it when Lambert fired up a three-pointer after he'd walked the ball across the timeline. Certainly was not what Gene Waddell wanted. 4:19 remaining, first half. Zakis, baseline, 10-footer, bang out! Zakis with 16 here in the half. Martin, baby skyhook in the lane. His first bucket, 37-16, still 21 by Fond du Lac. 3:57 remaining. Well, I tell you, ask and you shall receive. And we asked the Fond du Lac Cardinals to get us a good 10-point lead and sit the West Terror crowd down.
Done job.
Shane Laughlin going to come back in as Brad Bester will come out. Brad with a fine stretch in there.
The key, of course, for the Cardinals at this point, Dave, is to maintain their composure. And we've seen a lot of games they've built this 20-point lead, and they kind of get a little lackadaisical. You're right. They don't keep that high intensity up. You would expect them to stay a little more pumped up against this club.
Udesi, offensive foul. Well, he didn't do much to get it, but I guess we'll take it.
A little bump and bang on Grams, but didn't seem to be too much. Eric never felt it.
Well, it looked more like Udesi was bouncing off of a brick wall, is what it looked like. I certainly didn't see Eric flinch at all. How do you call it offensive foul, a little guy like that and a big guy like that, huh? Looping feet, got it to Grams, inside again. Nice spin move inside. Oh, man.
Boy.
Give him the ball all night long.
Yeah, you hear the term, you're in a zone. Right now, he's in an old zone all by himself.
Yes, he is. And Appleton West in the twilight zone, and Brinkman comes back and hits a 17-footer.
Wow, was that a nice spin move? I was about to say it was one of the first times that the Terrors had got some good weak side defense to come around to help up on Grams on a lob pass, but he steps right around it.
Simon, tough layup, tap by Rocket is good. His fifth one of the game, 41-18 by 23.
Cardinals 7 for the last 8 attempts.
Lambert with 2:40 remaining in the half. Erickson up high post, Brinkman turnaround jumper is good. Dave Brinkman draws them back to within 21 again at 41-20. And Jeff Simon back into the forecourt. Give it to the Rocket. Rocky gets a pick, comes around it, now takes the baseline, leads it to the near side, and double pumping with a tough shot is Zakis. It won't go down, and Adam with a foul over the back.
Now, they are just making mincemeat out of this defense for the Terrors. Hitting every seam in it. The Terrors, I don't think, are playing that poorly, and the Cardinals are that good tonight.
And here's Brad Bester back into the basketball game, and Adam Zakis, who has 2 fouls, will come out. So, well, they got a chance to cut it under 20 for the first time in a while. Lambert to Erickson, looping feed, Udesi off of the baseline, can't hit it, rebound though to Joe Mignon, and he'll skyhook it back in.
Dave,
He has 10 of their 22.
That's the first rebound of the quarter for the Terrors.
Bester jumping down here to Grams, takes the baseline on Mignon, he laid it in. Oh my goodness.
Early in the game, it was Zakis of the one-man wrecking crew. Right now, it's nothing but Grams.
16 points for Golden. Outside, Mignon. Trey is gone. Come on, give him the ball again. Jeez.
You know, the Terrors have hit 5 of the last 7, and so we're in a scoring fest right now.
Running one-hander. Well, I'll tell you, that was a cue ball of a shot right there by Rocky Brown, and he got to go. Martin, turn around, fall away, no. Cardinals come back the other way. Sundance back up into the forecourt. Give it to Shane Laughlin. Back to the Rocket guy in between the 2 rings. Rocky right down the lane. God!
This has got to be the finest half of basketball the Cardinals have played in years. I mean, this is outstanding.
47 points in the half by the Fond du Lac Cardinals, and we still have, well, just under a minute remaining. Erickson, as he leans in and hits a 14-footer.
Whoever's
47-27.
running the scoreboard tonight is going to have a sore finger.
Yes. Well, the guy in the book is running out of room. And the Cardinals
Go look for one here.
Yep. 27 seconds remaining in the half. Rocky Brown, as he pulls Lambert way away from the bucket, there's a 5-second closely guarded.
second turnover of the game for the Cardinals. So they have done a job here on taking care of the basketball.
Rocky's saying that he's
saying he put the ball on the floor and was starting to penetrate, I believe.
well, and also I think commenting that I'm not so sure, Mike, that the official was really counting that up. Okay, you saw him start a count and then stopped, and he started a count. I think Rocky was watching for that count and really never saw it. Erickson back to our feet. Mignon, sky hook in the lane is good. Well, they'll get it back one more time from the last second shot here yet anyway. Got to rush it up into the forecourt. Rocky Brown down to 4 seconds. Leaves it outside. Here's Bester to make that a Laughlin. Jackknife jumper is good. Was that a 3?
They're talking. The officials are talking whether or not he was on the rim. Eric Graham's had gone up. It's going to be a 3, Dave, I do believe.
Yes, it's a 3-pointer. Shane Laughlin bangs down a 3-pointer, and the half has come to an end, mercifully, for the Appleton West Terrors. And our score here at halftime, the Fond du Lac Cardinals 50 and the West Terrors 29. Back after this on your Fond du Lac Cardinal basketball report.
Where can you save thousands on your next vehicle purchase? Todd Motors. Don't believe it? Shop and compare. Todd sells cars for less. We're the working man's friend. Find us at 400 South Military Road. Todd Motor Company, the home of fine cars.
The Fondy Sports Complex, fun for the entire family. The Fondy Sports Complex is open from mid-April to mid-October and has activities such as go-karting, baseball, bumper boats, and much more. To plan your picnic or gathering for next summer, call 872-2688. The Fondy Sports Complex.
American Family Insurance would like to remind you that the most important reason for choosing an insurance agent is service when you really need it. Dennis Gutman and Lyle Birschbach have over 32 combined years of serving the insurance needs of Fond du Lac area families. Find us at 384 North Main Street in Fond du Lac.
For the finest custom cabinetry, call Classic Kitchens. Classic Kitchens has the quality and beauty of wood-mowed, fine custom cabinetry for any room in your home. Call for your free estimate or visit our unique kitchen and bath showrooms. Classic Kitchens, Highways 23 and 41, Fond du Lac. Take advantage of a new convenience at American Bank. Complete personal investment service right in their lobby. Scott Fortune, a fully licensed registered representative, is ready to help you identify your investment objectives and match products to your needs. Visit American Bank today for all your financial needs.
Join the Baker team and be a first stringer. Try the Baker brand award-winning string cheese. Any way you tear it, it's terrific. In your lunches, on your next trip, as a dietary snack. Our string cheese is great anytime. Find all our top quality Baker cheese at most area stores. For all types of commercial printing, call the Print Shop. Get fast, courteous service and quality printing for all your business needs. We specialize in multicolor printing. Call 923-4354 or visit our office in downtown Fond du Lac. The Print Shop, 15 East 3rd Street, Fond du Lac. No one helps Fond du Lac County grow like Capelli Brothers and Dietrich Incorporated. Whether it's projects like BCI Burke or St. Paul's Lutheran School, Capelli Brothers and Dietrich are the general contractors Fond du Lac County has looked to since 1950. Capelli Brothers and Dietrich, North Hickory Street in Fond du Lac.
Once again, welcome back to Goodrich High at halftime. The Fond du Lac Cardinals standing 50-29 lead over the Terrors of Appleton West. Cardinals have literally shocked the Terrors in this basketball game, have just played maybe their finest half of basketball we've seen here in many a year. They have done everything right on both sides of the basketball. Tremendous defense, enormous offense, taking care of the basketball, rebounding, start to finish, have just executed perfectly this basketball game. Let's take a look at some of the first half stats bearing out how well the Cardinals have really played. Shooting 22 for 31, 71% from the floor here in the first half. That's amazing shooting. They were 13 for 17 in the second quarter of action. Meanwhile, the Terrors not shooting badly at all. Well over 50% at 13 for 25 for 52%. Cardinals 50% at the free throw line, a 2 for 4 effort. Terrors likewise 50% on 1 out of 2. Cardinals dominate the board thus far in this basketball game, 15-5. And look at the turnovers. The Cardinals, but 2 turnovers in this basketball game, 1 in each quarter of action. The Terrors with 8 turnovers. As you saw moments ago, the half comes to an end on a merciful for the Terrors as they get the Cardinals a 3-point basket at the buzzer to give them exactly the half-century mark here for the first half of action. Cardinals in the first half were led by Grams and Zakis with 16 points each here at halftime, followed up by Rocky Brown with a halftime total of 9. The Terrors of Appleton West led by Joe Mignon with 15. Both teams right now coming back to the floor for warm-up prior to the second half tip-off. A tip-off coming your way. It should be a great second half of action. The Cardinals have been outstanding thus far in this basketball game. Stay tuned for the second half of action right after this on your Cardinal Basketball Report.
Diamond Center is proud to sponsor this telecast. We invite you to visit us at Forest Mall, where we offer in-store expert jewelry and watch repair, free engraving and gift wrapping of your purchases, layaway, and more. Fox Diamond Center in Forest Mall always brings you top quality for the lowest price. Your hometown independent family jeweler.
For complete insurance services, call your independent agent serving the Fond du Lac area. Call Insurance Agency, where service is the key. Our staff of knowledgeable professionals is ready to serve all your insurance needs. Call us for a quote at 923-4020. Call Insurance Agency, North Main Street in Fond du Lac.
Remember the excitement of the moment with a camcorder from Silica Appliance and TV. At Silica, you can choose from a large selection of full-size and compact camcorders from names like Canon, Sharp, Quasar, and RCA. So remember the excitement of the moment with a camcorder from Silica Appliance and TV.
Team uniforms, gym suits, bowling shirts. Whatever your sport, shop Team Sports. Team Sports across from Veterans Park on Main Street in Fond du Lac. Visit the Athlete's Foot for brands you'll like at prices you'll love. The Athlete's Foot, athletic wear, shoes, and more. Forest Mall, Fond du Lac.
This telecast is brought to you in part by Consultants Laboratory of Wisconsin, Incorporated. Consultants Laboratory is Fond du Lac's full-service medical reference laboratory. Consultants Laboratory providing trustworthy service from 3 convenient Fond du Lac locations. Nothing adds beauty and value like tile from Fond du Lac Mosaic Tile. For your home or for your business, get the look and feel you want from Fond du Lac Mosaic Tile. Quality is just a phone call away. Call for your free estimate today. Fond du Lac Mosaic Tile, North Hickory Street, Fond du Lac. Kemper Securities wishes the best of luck to all our local athletes. Call Kemper Securities for expert service for your next investment. Kemper Securities, members of the New York Stock Exchange, located at 66 South Main Street in Fond du Lac.
Well, Mike, as I was down in the van in between halves, got to look at that three-point shot by Shane O'Loughlin. I'll tell you, it really appeared as though Eric Grams goes up and tips it in.
Yeah, I don't think, Dave, he tipped it in. Again, I always saw it with naked eye. I didn't have the benefit of seeing that. Maybe we can see a little bit later in this game where it's on. It just appeared to me as I thought he did touch the basket, though, which would have been basket interference.
I don't know that he touched the basket. It looked to me like he did tip the basketball in, though.
But just the way things had gone for the Terrors in the first half, that wasn't the way things ended, and Coach Gene Waddell was all over the official as they left the court.
And it's gone absolutely great for the Cardinals. As you said, maybe the finest half of basketball ever played here. And a turnaround skyhook there by Slamajama would knock it out.
And keep in mind,
even the band has been great, Mike.
They did all of that without the exception the first couple minutes without high Slamajama in there, too. Harmson with the 2 quick fouls in this game had about 2 points in this basketball game. You figure playing this game for all intents and purposes without both Harmsons. That is a fine effort.
And Udeze with a lean in there, and Grams blocked it from behind and out of bounds. So they come down low post again. Again, he's going to go in on Golden. Turnaround. The jumper is good. Obina Udeze with his first bucket of the game.
And I would expect that now they're going to back it up. I would have thought we would have seen some full court pressure and maybe try to trap the ball. For the Terrors to get back in this game, they've got to do it on the defensive end.
Zakis coming around to pick down low. My God, a foul on Erickson.
Well, don't close the book yet on this game, I tell you. Zakis is starting the second half the way he started the first frame.
18 points for Adam Zakis. He is 0 for 2 from the free throw line. He probably...
Foul number 31.
Erickson gets that foul, and I tell you, that was a tough shot for Zakis. He was bumped pretty good by Erickson and able to still get it through the hoop. There's a violation, but shot's good.
And Adam Zakis now with 19 points already in the basketball game, and it's 53-31. Outside. Now they give it to Udeze. Up high post, going to shoot it from there. Golden goes up and snatches it out of the air. Even for the Rocket man in the backcourt.
Yeah, you go into a locker room, if you're Dick Diener, what do you say? I mean, the only thing you can do is guard against a letdown. You can't change anything.
Rocky taking it to the hole. Running skyhook is gone by Rocky Brown.
And we're seeing Brown look to the basket more than he normally does lately with a good penetration.
Tried to wrap around Steele, and an offensive foul on Matt Erickson, and he's got his third.
Don't look.
Gets the basketball back.
Excuse me. Don't look for Erickson to come out of the basketball game with his third foul. It won't do the Terrors any good to have him on the Pines.
Although, Mike, he has but 5 points here in the first half of action. In fact, you take their leading scorers. Mignon has been the leading scorer for Appleton West. What did I say? He had 15 at halftime. Well, he's not averaging anywhere near that in conference play. Martin, Udeze, and the ball back free here away, and Erickson have been the leading scorers. Lead feed up court. They come to Ikeda Martin. He pulls up with a lead-in jumper, no. Slam a jam up to get. Outlet pass to Rocky. Lead feed is stolen away by Erickson. Right back to Grams.
Boy, that's nice body control again for Grams, taking it inside offense.
Offensive foul, Obina Udeze.
Cardinals this game have picked up 3 offensive fouls, been the recipients thereof, and have done a good job of realizing when they want to penetrate to the basket and really standing the ground.
Appleton West has won 9 straight games. Their last loss came to the Fond du Lac Cardinals. At that time, they were 3-3. They're now 9-3. Or I should take that back. 12-3 overall coming in here. Running one-hander by Rocky Mill, and it's going to go out of bounds back to the West Terror. What was it? 71% shooting in the first half. I mean, Gene Waddell has to look at that shot chart and just say, hey, and you know, you say, well, West only got 5 rebounds. Well, that's why.
They only had 1 in the whole quarter.
Yep. Martin up over the top of O'Loughlin. Shot won't drop. And Joe Harmson up to get it. Leave the outlet in the backcourt here to Rocky Brown. He'll bring it up. Adam Zakis out of the right side. Took it down to the baseline.
Double
Get
dribble.
off down there. He double dribbled the basketball. 57-31 with 5:15 remaining here in the quarter.
Boy, who would have thunk that?
Well, I thought it was possible if you could get off on a run because the pressure in this basketball game I really felt had to be all over Appleton West. Outside, Erickson ran away no. It was an absolute must-win situation for them, where Fond du Lac could afford the loss even though you don't want it.
But you got to keep in mind, the team that was expected to win was the Cardinals, and that puts the pressure on them.
Well, true.
But they still had a 2-game cushion.
I don't think that this... Oh, nice lead feed down to Lambert, but he missed the no-footer. Would have been a tough shot. And here they come, 3-on-1. Rocky Brown to Harmson. Bang out! Joe with his second bucket of the game. 59-31. Yeah, I would not have thought that the Cardinals would have been, with a 59 points on the board, almost having the Terrors doubled up. Matt Erickson out hole high. He's played by Rocky Brown. Trying to rub him off on a pick that takes to the hole. Harmson was up there, and they're going to call a foul.
On Graham.
On Eric Grams.
Yeah, didn't see that. Eric with a little smile. That's about as much reaction you get out of him.
Well, and actually the foul came after the rebound had been stared away by Slamma-Jamma. Shane O'Loughlin will come out. Brad Bester is in.
The Terrors came out and hit their first basket here of the third quarter of action, and then since that time missed their next 6.
And now Brodingham and Dave Brinkman will come back in. And they get it in here. All alone in the paint is Ikeda Martin, and he'll lay it down. 59-33. Rocky to Zakis, left side. Grant, alley-oop feed, Slamma-Jamma, got.
Graham's not getting the points this time. They will give an assist on a good touch pass. Graham's as good as anybody from that high post to make those quick touch passes inside.
And here's Udeze into the lane, and a running one-hander is good. Oh, Bonnie Udeze, his 5th point of the basketball game. A little token fresh from the backcourt. Cards almost threw it away. Rocky Brown back into the forecourt. And now they did throw it away. Well, Rocket trying to come up high post there to Grams, and Jeff Simon and Adam Zakis comes out.
Well, Rocky looking for Grams to pop out, but instead he made a cut to the basket, and therefore the ball just goes harmlessly OB.
So Matt Erickson will bring it back up. For all the excitement, we haven't even mentioned to you that we'll have high school hockey tomorrow night. Fond du Lac and the Golden Beavers of Beaver Dam. Got it inside. Ikeda Martin takes the baseline, steps back into the lane, and he puts it down.
Tonight, just the start of a busy 4 or 5 days.
5 games in 5 days coming up, coming your way. A pair of them, doubleheader night on Saturday night for you. Up between the 2 rings, here is Bester, now to the near side, Rocky Brown, good on a 17-footer.
And Rocky probably having his finest offensive effort of the season.
13 points thus far for Rocky Brown. Obina Udeze can't hit that one, he honeycombed it out. And High Harpson goes up to get it.
2:46 to go in the third quarter of action. The Cardinals with a commanding 63-37 lead.
And here's Jeff Simon, trying away, back of the rim. Hoop wouldn't have it. Rebound away to Matt Erickson. Quickly back into the forecourt, right down in the lane. He squares up against Brad Bester, and he hits the 7-footer in the paint. Erickson's first bucket of the second half. 63-39. 24-point lead for the Fond du Lac Cardinals. Bester squared up at Troyland, now leaves it on the near side for Rocky Brown. The Rocket back up high post. Here's Harmson right down the lane. Shot it short and Slamma-Jamma with his own rebound. I don't know. Did he want to dish that? Did he want to dish that off, or did he have it slapped away from behind?
Yeah, it's slapped away.
But Grant.
Boy, quickly on
right
transition.
Here's
Martin with the bucket.
That's his 6th of the quarter, his 8th overall. 65-41.
That's when you know you're living right. The ball stopped away from you. It goes right to another player for an assist.
Yeah. Rocket. Grams down low. Lean in and good. Eric Grams has been absolutely unstoppable. And here's Udeze on the lead feed. No help down low, and Udeze will get it back.
I think Grams is just downright tired right now.
I think you're right. Yeah, he has not been out of this basketball game. Bester. Check that. Rocky Brown. Grams. Down low. Harmson. Skyhook is good.
Their shooting percentage has not dropped off much in the third.
It's just a machine right now. And we had a foul out ahead of the shot, I believe, here on Brad Bester. You know, going to go on Rocky Brown.
Here comes
Rocky
Drake
with his first, second team foul.
Ivy and O'Loughlin and Bester and Grams will finally get arrested. He should get an ovation.
Yeah, he certainly should.
What an effort. You know, we don't have individual stats, but I can't remember Grams missing more than 1 or 2 shots.
No, and if he did miss it, he got his own rebound and put it back in. He has, 22 points thus far in the basketball game. Outside, trying the way there by Erickson. No, Brad, check that. Shane O'Loughlin with the rebound. O'Loughlin back into the forecourt, leave it for Rocket between the 2 rings. 57 seconds in the quarter. Up high post, here's Fivey. Swing between the 2 rings again. O'Loughlin looks it down low post. Here's Harmson. Spins, falls away. Tip for God by Joe.
Oh, that was a tough shot. A square up, reverse dribble, and a fadeaway shot.
High slam and jam, and that's his 8th of the game, his 6th of the quarter. Steam shovel there by Mignon, no. Got it back, reverse, no. And tapped out by High Harpson into the hands of Rocky Brown. And then a retaliation foul in the backcourt. And it might have been on Matt Erickson.
Yeah, I believe it was on Erickson, Dave.
And that would be his 4th. Yep.
And the was foul, number 31, Matt Erickson.
And not a good foul right there by Erickson if he wants to get back into this ballgame. Get a look there, Josh Harmson in the stands. Well, it's got to be had to be very, very, very tough on him.
Yeah, there's Josh in the blue shirt.
To got a kind of a forlorn look on his face too, doesn't he?
Cardinals going to look for one here, apparently. The clock rolling down to 20 seconds in the quarter.
Rocky Brown comes for O'Loughlin, and they looked it off to Simon now. O'Loughlin yo-yos the dribble, brings it back to the Rocket. Clock down to 10 seconds, 71-49 or 43 score. There's Rocky right down the lane. Dish off pass, Greg Fivey bagged out of bounds, but touched glass.
Boy, what a pass.
Got a new player in the
Rocky,
ballgame.
Rocky inside and dishes it off, and a little backhanded leave for Fivey. Just didn't handle the pass out of bounds.
4 seconds remaining. Plenty of time right here. Get one alley-oop feed. There it is. Harmson, turnaround, bingo! High slam and jammer. His 10th of the quarter, and that will end the 3rd quarter of play. And our score after 3, Fond du Lac 73, Appleton West 43. Back after this on your Fond du Lac Cardinal Basketball Report.
Forest Mall Merchants, where you can catch the best values in town without interference at over 55 specialty and department stores. Forest Mall, one place, something for everybody. Open Monday through Friday, 10 to 9, Saturday, 10 to 6, and Sunday, 11 to 5.
Since 1933, Spees Painting and Decorating has been providing quality painting services for all your industrial, commercial, and residential needs. If your job is big or small, get it done efficiently and get it done right the first time. Spees Painting and Decorating, equipped to do the job efficiently.
How would you like a free movie rental? Come to VideoBiz, buy any size pizza and receive one free movie rental. And don't forget, VideoBiz has VCR rentals, VCR cleaning and repairs, game rentals, CDs, cassettes, and more. VideoBiz and VideoBiz Pizza, Pioneer Plaza, Fond du Lac.
Well, Dave, I don't know what kind of school record would be for shooting percentage in a game, but the Cardinals have got to be pretty close to it at this point. In the quarter, 11 for 16, 68% once again, shooting right around 70% for the game. The Terrors, 7 for 17, 41%. Fondy with the edge on the boards, once again, 9 to 4. 3 turnovers for the Cards, 2 for the Terrors.
Udeze up over the top. Boy, tough shot by Almeida Udeze. Over the top of Slamma Jamma, he got it to go down. That's his 9th point of the basketball game. 73-45, 5-8. Out hole high. They left Eric Grams on the pines to start the quarter. On the near side, lifting feet stolen away from High Harpson by Joe Mignon. Back up court, Erickson playing with 4 fouls, trailing away no. Ikena Martin's shot blocked from behind, but Rocky Brown cannot save it from going OB.
If the Cardinals would ever want to put together a highlight film on the season, they could pretty much use this game and wouldn't have to do too much editing at all.
Darn near. Lambert trying to come down low to Ikena Martin, and they could not handle the pass. He was moving in, the pass came out. And it goes back to the Fond du Lac Cards. 7:10 remaining regulation play. And we're just waiting for the fat lady to show up.
Cardinals by 28.
Fivey down the paint. 21 headers. Good by Greg Fivey.
Everybody's chipping in tonight.
75-45. Udeze to the left side. Pulls up with a fall away. A little 10-footer there, and it's good. Rocky Brown. Lopes out of the basketball, and he'll bring it down to the right side. He took it down to the paint. Oh, they're going to call it off. Wow.
Where'd you get that from?
Well, he pushed off a little bit. A little hand checking there with Erickson. They call the offensive foul on Rocky Brown. His 2nd personal, 3rd team.
I saw they heard the whistle. I thought they were going to call the hand check on Erickson.
Yeah. That one right there would have been, actually, Mike, the officials did a very good job here tonight, but that would have been a good no call.
Agreed.
And Udesi lost the handle of the basketball. Jeff Simon picked it off the court. Sundance. Bringing dribble the basketball back into the forecourt. O'Loughlin down low. Simon Jamma turns to the hole and he put it in. Boy, High Harbson has come back in here in the second half and really taken charge down low.
Yeah, I think Jones feels he missed a little fun here in the first half of action, but he's getting his points here in the latter half.
Udesi coming back in and a foul. Who do they call this? Slamma Jamma?
Or 5-y?
It's going to be on High Harbson. Third personal, fourth team. O'Loughlin will come out. Simon will come out. Zakis and Bester are back in. Eric Graham's back into the basketball game, and 5-y will come out. And Obina Udesi to the free throw line. He is 1 for 2 thus far, a 69% free throw shooter on the season. Did I hear a whistle?
I thought I did too, but I think it may have been a lane violation, but it was made, so therefore it would go
okay, the violation would have been on the Cardinals. Well, he gets one of the two. Slamma Jamma has the rebound, 77-48. 6:04 remaining regulation play. And Rocky Brown, who has gone the distance, I don't think he's come out of the ball game either. Rams tapped away by Keenan Martin out of bounds. Well, the Fond du Lac Cardinal Gals got a big win on Tuesday night over Menasha. Boy, and Claperick held to just 7 points, Mike, and they still win by darn near 20.
Yeah, they've really gelled this year, I think, as a team. They've gotten away from having to rely solely on Ann Claperick, and the team concept has really come together and have filled up the voids.
Left side sidewalk, Brad Bester. I think that's the first time since she has come up to the varsity as a freshman. I believe that Annie was held under double digits.
That Erickson, Dave, I got to be 5.
Yep. Matt Erickson just fouled out of the game. And he finishes with but 7 points here tonight. And back into the basketball game comes Brian Hanneman. So the three-point threat from Appleton West is on the pines for the rest of the night.
Well, on the second half, they've only attempted 1 3-pointer. For the game, they're right now are 2 for 6, so it really has not been a factor for the Terrors. Cardinals in the game have not attempted one in the second half either. Currently 4 for 6 in the game.
I don't know, was Gene Waddell just playing for some respect here in the second half? Or
I don't think
you think that they would have come out and fired up some threes? Off of the baseline, boy, Harmson is hot.
I don't think you play for respect at that point, Dave. But what did surprise me is I expected with their quick that they may have come out and shown some full court pressure.
Udesi and Grahams had the ball knocked off his hands and out of bounds. How many shots have our big guys missed tonight here?
Big guys, little guys, medium guys,
but I mean,
any guys.
But Joe Harmson and Grahams have been just uncanny.
Yeah, they have. Both of them have shot probably about 85%.
All of that. Outside, Brinkman ran away. He airballed it. Martin. And what are they going to call there?
I think they're going to get Brad Bester on this, a little bit of an undercut. That's probably not too bad of a call.
Yep. Brad Bester, that's only his first personal of 15. Common foul, they'll inbound the basketball. And they come in to Dave Brinkman. Looks it back out. Here's Udesi. Dave Brinkman, near side corner, back to Udesi, working down here on Grahams. He steps into the lane, turn around, and the 14-footer there is good by Obina Udesi. Tough player. And to play the post when you're only 6 foot tall, wow. Rocky Brown back up high, near side, Bester trying away, walking down, rebound, Slamma Jamma, back in again. 18 points now for High Slamma Jamma, 16 of it here in the second half. Outside, Trey by Lambert, no, High Harmson up to get it. Looking for help now in the backcourt. Lead feeds it up to Brad Bester. Bester, he's going to take it right down the lane. Leads for Golden. He missed it. Tough shot. He got trapped. Got bumped under the bucket, but now they call the foul here on Dave Brinkman.
It's on White. No, it's on the Cardinals.
On Joe Harmson.
That's his fourth.
Yes, it is. Well, right at this point, you let him go.
Well, taking another peek at it here, you're going to see the dish off coming from Bester. Joel, they're going to call over the back.
I'm not so sure there shouldn't have been a foul called on Brinkman way before that. Looked like he got all of Eric Graham's and more. Udeze. Hanneman now as they post up. Brinkman right down the lane. He missed the shot. A no-footer there. And he was just flat out intimidated by Slamma-Jamma. Quickly up court, they come to Golden Grams. Eric dumps it back out. Jeff Simon right down the lane. Running one-handers. Good by Sundance.
Now the Cardinals, from their guards, have got great penetration all night. Simon, you see it there. Earlier in the game, you were seeing it from Brown.
And Brinkman gets the air ball and puts it back in. Jeff Simon up court. Zakis going to shoot the tray. It's going to be short. Rebound to Bester, and he's going to be called for pushing off underneath. Bester with his second. Cardinals' sixth team. Back into the basketball game now for Appleton West is Chad Brodigan. And Slamma-Jamma will come out as Greg Fyvie back into the ball game.
Harmson's not going to have a lot of minutes in the book tonight, but he's going to have some effective stats. That's for darn certain. Going to come up with, what is it?
18 points.
18 points.
16 of it in the second half.
And a ton of rebounds here in the second half also. He was a real vacuum cleaner around that offensive glass.
Pat Lambert to the free throw line.
As well as the defensive side.
And the senior guard gets the first. Now the Cardinals travel to Oshkosh on Saturday night. They'll face the West Indians up there. And there's where you have to guard against the letdown. Now that the feeling would be that you have a 3-game lead on everybody in the conference, that might be a tough basketball game to play. And
yeah, with a 3-game lead with only 4 to go, it actually it should be pretty much academic for the Cardinals to win their second straight conference crown. Would be 3 out of 4. Is that right?
Yep. And Mike, yeah, you know, that is probably the big incentive that the Cardinals have to play on Saturday night.
But I think
the fact that they can lock up no less than a tie for the conference championship. And the ball slapped free here. Fyvie goes back up and gets it, but then it's slapped away again. Now picked up by Zakis. Saves. He thought he was going to go over and back. Did you see that? He looked down, thought he was at the red line. He wasn't.
I think he just tried to make a over-the-shoulder pass, Dave. He had Graham down at the baseline.
And a jump ball to call back to Fond du Lac. Mike, I think he thought that black line, I think he felt he was near the midcourt stripe. You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Well, Albani Udeze will come out of the ball game. And Greg Brown, a 6'2 junior, is in with 3:22 remaining.
And, you know, to finish the thought on incentives for the remainder of the season for the Cardinals, Dave, I think the big one at this point is an undefeated season. If they had one loss right then I could see a letdown.
Yeah, but one thing at a time. I think the obvious incentive on Saturday night is you're playing for no less than a share of the conference championship.
But each and every game you go out, until you have a loss, you have to really execute. You have to have your emotions high because you know that a loss can blemish your record. And every team would love to go right through that state tournament with 0 behind their win column.
No doubt about that. Bester, 12-footer on the baseline. Golden with a foul here on Greg Brown. Eric Grams, his second foul of the ball game. That will be the 17th. Doesn't make any difference. It's a 2-shot foul anyway. And Golden Grams comes out, and a standing O from a lot of the fans here tonight.
Well,
for the Golden guy, Eric Grams.
You know, and a credit to the crowd right there. They acknowledge a fine effort. You know, good basketball fans in this city. They know when a player plays hard and has a great outing, a well-deserved standing ovation.
You hear him calling golden grabs in the stands. Bester comes out. Greg Higgins is in. Let's see, Scott Marshall into the ball game. Travis Ernst had come in before. And Scott Vandenberg is also in there. Brown missing the second.
5E with the board.
And it's a 85-54 ball game, stolen away from Higgins. Down court comes Browningham. He'll let in. 29-point lead. The Cardinals will win this one a lot handier than most people would have expected. Higgins down low trying to hit Marshall. Slapped free by Brinkman. Up court they come. Lead feed up into the forecourt is Jeff Hanneman. Now they got it down to Brown underneath. Jeff Hanneman out of the Kaufman corner. Honeycomb to rainbow jumper there. Rebound to Brown. No, now taken down by Scott Marshall. Wanted to leave it in the backcourt for Ernst. Up court they come. Vandenberg. 2:15 remaining. Ernst tried to slide it down to Marshall, and Marshall was not breaking to the hole.
Timeout for the Cardinals right here. Dick Deeney wants to regroup his second string.
We have 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining to be played in regulation play of this basketball game. Timeout on the court. Fond du Lac leads at 85-56.
Save thousands on your next vehicle purchase? Todd Motors. Don't believe it? Shop and compare. Todd sells cars for less. We're the working man's friend. Find us at 400 South Military Road. Todd Motor Company, the home of fine cars.
The Fondy Sports Complex, fun for the entire family. The Fondy Sports Complex is open from mid-April to mid-October and has activities such as go-karting, mini-golf, baseball, bumper boats, and much more. To plan your picnic or gathering for next summer, call 872-2688. The Fondy Sports Complex.
Well, much of the crowd now begins to thin out here from the Goodrich High Gymnasium.
Yep, that timeout sent a good portion of this crowd a packing.
Yes, it did. Greg Brown down the lane, blocked out of bounds. Also to the ball game now, Brian Hanneman has come back in for West. So they got Jeff and Brian in there, Greg Brown.
Matt Rupert, I don't know if you knew that or mentioned that earlier.
He just came in.
Came in for 5E.
Yeah. Out of bounds, back to the West Terrors again. Mike, Appleton West, a very fine basketball team. And, you know, one thing you have to keep in mind, they go to an opposite sectional away from Fond du Lac. And you could see this ball club heading towards Madison yet.
Well, that's certainly a possibility. I think, as you said, a very fine athletic group, and you can see how they could be a tremendous talent.
Airball, safe from going OB, but off into the hands of Scott Marshall. Greg Higgins will bring it back up, 1:38 remaining. Ernst to Scott Vandenberg. Vandenberg up high post as they came there to Rupert, and he is fouled.
The Terrors tonight came into Goodrich and just really ran into a buzzsaw. I think the Badgers could have came in here and ran into a buzzsaw the way the Cardinals played tonight.
Yep. Well, I don't know about the Badgers, but
they had a heck of a game last night.
Yeah, they certainly did.
About the big boy.
Michael Finley had
32, I think.
Heck of a game, yeah. 25 in the first half. Rupert's shot won't go. 125 remaining. David Brinkman back across the timeline. Jeff Hanneman out of the Kaufman corner. Brian Hanneman. Oh, boy. Steep shovel layup there by Hanneman is good. Higgins with 1:07 left. 85-58.
And as I mentioned earlier, we'll have Cardinal hockey tomorrow night as they play the Golden Beavers.
Travis Ernst with a tray there, no. Scott Marshall taps once, no. And Greg Brown clears it. Saturday night, a pair of games for you. And we'll start that one off running one-hander down low here by Manifel. We'll start that one off at 9:30 with Winnebago and Waupun Christian. Now, that one, Winnebago could move into a tie for the lead with the Midwest Classic Conference with a win over Waupun Christian, provided, of course, that they won tonight against Kettle Moraine. Stolen away. Oh, nice job by Travis Hurd.
Yep, good hustles. Hurd hustles on back after the turnover. Knocked the ball loose.
You know, there's a ball player, Mike, who obviously, were it not that he were on this Fond du Lac Cardinal team that is so deep at the guard position, he'd start for anybody in this conference, I think. Off of the baseline. Brinkman hit the shot. At any rate, Winnebago Waupun Christian should have it at about 9:30. Brinkman stole it away from so we'll get another one. 85-64.
Yeah, that's
going to do it. The clock will run down. And the final score here tonight is the Fond du Lac Cardinals 85 and Appleton West 64. We'll be back to wrap things up for you here from the Goodrich High School Gymnasium very quickly. But after this, on your Fond du Lac Cardinal basketball report.
Would like to remind you that the most important reason for choosing an insurance agent is service when you really need it. Dennis Gutman and Lyle Birschbach have over 32 combined years of serving the insurance needs of Fond du Lac area families. Find us at 384 North Main Street in Fond du Lac.
For the finest custom cabinetry, call Classic Kitchens. Classic Kitchens has the quality and beauty of wood-mowed, fine custom cabinetry for any room in your home. Call for your free estimate or visit our unique kitchen and bath showroom. Classic Kitchens, Highways 23 and 41, Fond du Lac.
Welcome back once again here to the Goodrich High School Gymnasium. Final score here this evening is the Fond du Lac Cardinals defeat the Appleton West Terriers 85-64. That 21-point advantage at game's end, nowhere near telling you what this basketball game was all about out here tonight, because they came back and rattled off about 10 points against the reserves here late in the basketball game. Mike, we said it at halftime, maybe the finest first half of basketball that we have ever seen from a Fond du Lac Cardinal basketball team. 50 points in the first half of action, 71% shooting from the floor. Absolutely everything, only 2 turnovers in the first half. The band was even great. There was nothing that could go wrong. The only thing that went wrong was that Joe Harpson was on the bench with 2 fouls and still came away with a 50-29 lead at halftime. The ball game was over.
It really was. The Cardinals' execution tonight was just tremendous, and they didn't let down very much. They came out in the third quarter of action and shot another 68% on 11 for 16 shooting. Offensively, they clicked, and they clicked very well. It may have been one of the finest basketball games that this team has ever played, from start to finish. Let's take a look at the stats here as we're talking about very quickly. The Cardinals are going to end up, Dave, 39 for 59, 66% for the game. That's going to include as quote-unquote garbage
Missing
time.
about the last 10 shots or so of the ball game.
Well, actually, Dave, they missed the last 3 only. But they ended up shooting 50% in the fourth quarter of action, 6 for 12 shooting. 66% for the game. Amazing. The Terriers, you shoot 48% and you get blown off the court. That's, what can you do? Cardinals, free throw is not a factor in this game. The Cardinals 3 for 5, the Terriers 5 for 8. Look at the rebound differential again, and of course when you shoot well, you can really crash those defensive boards as they did tonight. 33-14. Cardinals with 15 turnovers, but keep in mind 10 of those in that third quarter to fourth quarter of action had committed only 5 through 3 quarters. And the Terriers with 14 turnovers in this game.
You know, the thing that I thought was very interesting as I take a look at the scoring in the basketball game, deservedly so, Eric Grabs leads the way for scoring here tonight for the Fond du Lac Cardinals. He finished with 22 points, got a standing O as he exited the playing court and came to the sidelines here in the fourth quarter of action. The finest game that I have seen Eric Grabs play. I know that he played very well up at Appleton as well. I did not see that game, but this is the finest game I've seen Eric Grabs play. You talk about a guy, a young man that wanted the basketball game.
I don't think he missed more than 2 or 3 shots all night long. Just a tremendous effort, especially when Joe Harmson was sent to the Pines with 2 personal fouls in the first half of action. Eric Grams really stepped forward and took charge of this ballgame.
You know, it's interesting when you start thinking about this team, Dave, and we've talked about the depth they have. You know, not only depth in numbers, but depth in character, I think. You mentioned earlier in the game how when Josh got hurt, Joe really stepped up his play, and there's no doubt about it. Joe really stepped it up and realized he had more responsibility in the boards, and really has come along very strong. But tonight, Joe gets in a little trouble, fouls early. Eric steps up to play, and Grams with just a tremendous game. Adam Zakis with a tremendous game. You start singling people out, you could almost go down the roster. I thought Rocky Brown, had an outstanding game tonight with penetrating and controlling the tempo of the basketball game. Good penetration from Brown, as well as Jeffy Simon when he was in there. You go right down the team, just an outstanding effort.
And then G. Waddell can be probably very thankful that Joe Harmson had the 2 personal fouls that he picked up in that first half of action, because he came in with 16 points here in the second half. If he had been in that entire first half of action, wow, look out. Between he and Grams, I don't think there would be anything left of the Appleton West Terriers right now. 19 points for Adam Zakis. He had 16 of that, as did Grams in the first half of action. 13 for Rocky Brown. 18 for Joe Harmson. Jeff Simon chips in with 4. Brad Bester with 4. Brad Bester did not have to look to score tonight. Had he needed to score, Brad Bester, I thought, had a tremendous game out here tonight. And it's not going to show because it's, in the scorebook, he's only got 4 points. But boy, I tell you, you can credit a lot of the hoops that Eric Grams got and a lot of the hoops that High Slamma Jamma had tonight. Give some credit there to Brad Bester, who did a tremendous job there. On the other side of the coin, Appleton West led tonight by Joe Mignon. He had 15 points, all in the first half of action,
right?
And he still winds up their leading scorer. Obana Udezi comes in with 13 of it in the second half of action. Those are the only 2 in double figures for them. Let's see here. Ikena Martin was held to 8, and Matt Erickson was held to just 7, about half of what their normal average is. So a great defensive effort here tonight by the Fond du Lac Cardinals. And in all reality, the defense was caused by the offense here tonight.
Yeah, when you play that well, you really have the other team looking for straws. They just don't know what to do. The Cardinals just, from the word go, they took the Terrors out of the basketball game, and they got off to a very good start. Got shot 64% in the first quarter, and from that point on, we really had the Terrors looking over their shoulders and just didn't know what to expect. They just dominated the boards. They dominated the shooting percentages. They just dominated, period.
As the pencil goes in the air. Well, the Cardinals now with a full 3-game lead over everyone in the conference. They are a perfect 16-0 on the regular season. They'll travel to Oshkosh West on Saturday night. We'll remind you now we'll have high school hockey action coming your way on Friday evening, as the Fond du Lac Goodrich Cardinals will be at home, and they will play host to the Golden Beavers of Beaver Dam. 8 p.m. is the face-off time. 10:30 here on Cable 21 with the replay. Then a doubleheader for you on Saturday night. First game beginning at about 9:30 or so, as it will be the Winnipeg Lutheran Academy Vikings at home against Walpine Christian. And we'll follow that one up immediately, as Mike will have St. Mary Springs and Fox Valley Lutheran. That one coming your way probably about 11 o'clock. The Fox Valley game at about 9:30. Thanks tonight to the Star Sports crew. They include our technical staff down below. Has been Bob Riley with the technical direction and the electronic graphics here tonight. Our 2 camera guys up top side, bang, Ralph Paypot. And courtside tonight has been Shane Ford, substituting here this evening for Telly O'Neill. We want to say hi to him. He's home battling a little bit of a bout with the flu, and of course with some of that chemotherapy stuff a little down there as well right now. Mike Pfeiffer, the stats and statistics, color commentary on tonight's basketball game. For Mike and the rest of the Star Sports crew, I'm Dave Preston, wishing each and every one of you a very pleasant good night, reminding you that this has been a Star Sports presentation. Thanks for viewing us here on your station for Cardinal Hoops, Cable 21.